Dwayne Wade gave up scoring, money, and spotlight for LeBron and Bosh. Dwayne Wade had the crown, then handed it to LeBron, and never got it back. Dwayne Wade was already a champion and finals MVP when LeBron and Bosh came to Miami. He had the city, the stats, and the spotlight. But to make it work, he gave it all up. Wade shifted from alpha to architect, letting LeBron dominate the ball, lowering his usage rate, and sacrificing shots. He averaged 25-plus points a season before LeBron arrived. Within 2 years, that dropped to under 22. Wade also took less money so Miami could build a stronger core. No ego, just wins. 4 straight finals, 2 rings. But history remembers LeBron's Miami, not Wade's sacrifice. He gave up legacy credit for team success. And it worked. Just not for his brand. Stephen Curry let Durant take over his team to win titles. Stephen Curry had a dynasty brewing, then gave Durant the keys to his kingdom. Stephen Curry was the 2-time MVP and the face of a 73-win machine. But after losing in the 2016 finals, the Warriors added Kevin Durant, and Curry stepped back. He didn't need to, but he did. He let Durant take the final shots, lead the offense, and win back-to-back finals MVPs. Curry's usage rate dipped, his scoring titles paused, his spotlight dimmed, all for the sake of team dominance. The sacrifice wasn't just numbers, it was identity. He could have chased more MVPs. Instead, he made room for another superstar. Golden State became unbeatable. But for 3 years, Curry's greatness was quieted, for the sake of something louder, rings. Chris Bosh, from 24 PPG star to floor spacer in Miami. Chris Bosh was a 20-10 beast, then became a glorified decoy to win rings. In Toronto, Chris Bosh was the franchise. 24 points, 11 rebounds, endless touches. But when he joined LeBron and Wade in Miami, he disappeared from the spotlight. His shot attempts dropped. He became a stretch 5 before the league valued it. Spreading the floor, setting screens, defending centers. No plays drawn for him. No stat padding. Just winning basketball. And while he hit game winners, grabbed key rebounds, and anchored the defense, the credit rarely followed. 2 titles came at the cost of relevance. Bosh sacrificed being a superstar to become a champion. And when health ended it early, there was no farewell tour, just silence after service. Kevin Love, third option behind LeBron and Kyrie. Kevin Love was putting up 26 and 13, then became the internet's favorite scapegoat. Kevin Love was dominating in Minnesota, 26.1 points, 12.5 rebounds, elite stats on a bad team. But in 2014, he joined LeBron and Kyrie in Cleveland, and everything changed. His role shrank, his touches vanished. He became a pick and pop specialist, a third option who had to stretch the floor and sacrifice his post game. His numbers dipped. His reputation took hits. Every loss became his fault. Every win made him invisible. Love gave up fame for function. He did the dirty work, boxing out, defending bigger players, standing in the corner while others danced. And even when the Cavs won it all, Love's sacrifice never made headlines, just rings. Klay Thompson never chased numbers, let others shine. Klay Thompson dropped 60 3/4, then walked away like it meant nothing. Klay Thompson is one of the most selfless stars ever. No drama, no stat chasing, just buckets and silence. He scored 37 points in 1 quarter, 60 and 3. Set the NBA record for threes in a game. Then he'd vanish into the system again. Never demanded more touches. Never tried to outshine Steph or KD. While others marketed themselves, Klay stayed in the background, defending the best players, moving off ball, doing the thankless work. He could have been a 25-plus PPG star elsewhere. He chose to win, chose to fit in, not stand out. And that quiet sacrifice built a dynasty. No spotlight, no complaints, just banners. Manu Ginóbili accepted 6-man role while being elite. Manu Ginóbili was good enough to start anywhere. He chose the bench instead. Manu Ginóbili could have been a star on any team. He had the talent. He had the game. But in San Antonio, He chose something different. He accepted a six-man role for most of his prime, came off the bench, gave up points, stats, and fame. All for the Spurs system. It worked. He became the spark that changed games, the closer, the wild card. But he never chased headlines. He chased wins. 4 rings, endless highlights. 1 Hall of Fame career built on sacrifice. Manu wasn't just a role player. He was a superstar who chose not to act like one. Kawhi Leonard, 2014, took a lesser role early for team system. Kawhi Leonard won Finals MVP while barely touching the ball on offense. In 2014, Kawhi Leonard wasn't a superstar yet. He was the quiet defender in a system built on teamwork. But that Finals changed everything. He locked up LeBron, took smart shots, played within the system, and still won Finals MVP. He averaged just 17.8 points per game in the series. But every point mattered. Every stop counted. Kawhi didn't force the game. He fit it. He gave up touches, usage, and the spotlight to make the machine run smoother. That sacrifice helped bury the Heat dynasty and launched a career that never looked back. Kawhi became a star by waiting his turn. Anthony Davis, 2020, played center in playoffs despite not wanting to. Anthony Davis didn't want to play center, but did it to win a ring. Anthony Davis always said he preferred playing power forward. He didn't like banging in the paint, didn't want to guard bigger bodies. But when the 2020 playoffs came, the Lakers needed him at center. AD stepped up, took the hits, protected the rim, stretched the floor. The result? A dominant title run inside the bubble. Davis was the Lakers' best defender and second best scorer, but it came at a price. More wear and tear, more physical strain. He hasn't been as healthy since. That sacrifice helped win a championship, but may have shortened his prime. Comfort traded for a ring. Tim Duncan took pay cuts for years to help Spurs build. Tim Duncan gave up tens of millions just to keep winning. Tim Duncan is one of the greatest players ever, but unlike most superstars, he never chased the biggest contract. He took less, over and over again. In 2012, he signed for just $9.6 million, a fraction of his worth. Why? So the Spurs could keep building, so they could afford role players, shooters, depth. That sacrifice bought flexibility. It bought titles. It bought respect. Duncan could have demanded more. He didn't. He let others shine. Let Pop build. Let the system thrive. That's how the Spurs stayed contenders for nearly 2 decades, because their best player put team over paycheck. Dirk Nowitzki stayed loyal in bad years, took pay cuts. Dirk Nowitzki chose loyalty and watched the league pass him by for years. Dirk Nowitzki gave Dallas everything, a title, an MVP, a culture, but he also gave them his prime. After the 2011 championship, Dirk stayed loyal, even as the team declined. He took massive pay cuts. In 2014, he signed for just $7.9 million. That gave the Mavericks cap space, but they missed on big free agents, again and again. Dirk stayed, kept playing, kept leading. His numbers dipped, wins faded, but he never left, never demanded trades, never chased rings. That loyalty cost him more championships, more legacy, but it earned something rare, respect. Dirk sacrificed titles for something no stat can measure, one team greatness. LeBron James, if his Heat era played off-ball more, sacrificed stats. LeBron James gave up control of the game to build a super team that changed everything. In Cleveland, LeBron controlled every possession. He was the offense. But in Miami, things changed. He joined forces with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh. That meant playing off the ball. Fewer isolations, fewer touches, more cutting, spacing, and sharing. His stats dipped. His usage rate dropped. But the results spoke louder. 4 straight finals. 2 rings. LeBron sacrificed dominance for structure. For the first time, he had to fit into a system, not build one. It worked, but it wasn't easy. The game slowed down for him. His control came back later. But in those Miami years, he chose wins over numbers. James Harden, Brooklyn. Became playmaker next to KD Kyrie. James Harden led the league in scoring, then gave up the ball in Brooklyn. In Houston, James Harden was unstoppable. He averaged over 30 points for 3 straight seasons. Then he got traded to Brooklyn and changed everything. He became the point guard, the facilitator, the guy who set up KD and Kyrie. His scoring dropped to 24 per game, but his assists spiked. He ran the offense, controlled tempo, and let others shine. It worked, until injuries ruined the run. But the sacrifice was real. Harden gave up his identity. No more step backs every play. No more solo acts. Just team ball. And for a brief moment, it looked like a super team that couldn't be beaten. Until it was. Russell Westbrook, Lakers, accepted bench role after MVP run. Russell Westbrook was an MVP, then came off the bench for survival. Russell Westbrook once averaged a triple-double. He won MVP. He broke records. But in Los Angeles, none of that mattered. The fit didn't work. The roster was clunky. Fans turned on him fast, and the Lakers made a decision: bench him. Westbrook didn't quit, didn't lash out. He accepted the role, became a sixth man, led the second unit, still pushed the pace, still played hard, but the sacrifice was heavy. Pride, minutes, legacy. From MVP to role player in just a few seasons. Most stars fight that drop. Westbrook embraced it, because playing was still better than watching. Vince Carter. Extended career. By mentoring young players, Vince Carter went from dunk contests to mentoring rookies on losing teams. Vince Carter was a superstar, dunk champion, all-star, walking highlight. But as his career went on, he made a different choice. Instead of ring chasing, he joined young, rebuilding teams. Orlando, Memphis, Sacramento, Atlanta. He played fewer minutes, took fewer shots, became a mentor, a veteran voice in the locker room. He gave up legacy stats, gave up deep playoff runs, but he gave something else: time, teaching, trust. He played 22 seasons. The first half made him a star. The second made him a legend. Not for what he scored, but for what he gave to the next generation. Kevin Durant, Warriors. Joined loaded team. Faced easy ring backlash. Kevin Durant won titles, but lost respect the moment he signed with the Warriors. Kevin Durant was a scoring machine in OKC, MVP, finals runner-up, a fan favorite. Then he joined the 73-win Warriors, and the backlash never stopped. People called it weak, called him soft, said the rings didn't count. Durant didn't care. He wanted basketball purity, easy shots, high IQ play, championships, and he got them. 2 titles, 2 finals MVPs. But the price was public respect. His stats stayed elite. His play was flawless, but his legacy got questioned. He sacrificed how the world viewed him for how he wanted to win. The game got easier. The spotlight got colder. That was the trade. Andre Iguodala gave up stats, became ultimate glue guy. Andre Iguodala was once a star, then chose to do everything except shine. Andre Iguodala averaged 19.9 points a game as a top option in Philly. But when he joined Golden State, he changed roles completely. He came off the bench, defended stars, facilitated offense, rarely shot, rarely scored, but always made the right play. He sacrificed numbers, minutes, and ego, and became the Warriors' backbone. He even took a bench role in the finals and won finals MVP. That doesn't happen without total buy-in. Iguodala never chased stats. He chased impact. The result? 4 championships, 1 finals MVP, and a career built on doing everything the box score ignores. Carmelo Anthony, Blazers, humbled himself for chance to return. Carmelo Anthony went from all-star to unwanted, then chose humility to survive. Carmelo Anthony was a 10-time all-star, a walking bucket, but after failed stints in OKC and Houston, the league gave up on him. Teams thought he couldn't adjust, couldn't sacrifice. For a full year, he was out. Then Portland gave him a shot. Melo took it, on their terms. No complaints, no demands, just work. He became a role player, spot-up shooter, locker room presence. He gave up ego, gave up control, just to play the game again. It wasn't his peak, but it saved his career. That version of Melo, humbled, efficient, selfless, earned back the respect he once lost.